guess what? I am so excited. I am so excited. I just saw a red airplane. A red airplane. Now I don't get to see a red airplane very often, but outside on this bright, beautiful sunny day, I looked up and there's this nice red airplane flying. It just attracted my attention for some reason. It's the same color as my shirt. It was flying in the air. It was very pretty against the blue sky, a red airplane. Wow! I hope that maybe you see a red airplane today and maybe you will get excited as I am. And maybe not. But do you know why I saw that red airplane? Well, it was making noise, yes, I heard it. But because I was looking up. I looked up into the sky and there I saw this red airplane. Now, what do you see when you look up? Well, if you're inside, you'll probably see a ceiling like I'm seeing right now, maybe a light or a smoke detector, maybe fire alarm, things like that, sprinkler system, who knows, different ceiling tile. No, but when you're outside and you look up, what do you see? Oh, the sky, the clouds, the sun, birds. If you're under a tree, you look up and you see the tree leaves. All these things that we enjoy when we look up, and we often look up, don't we? Maybe sometimes we're not even realizing how much we look up. And when we go outside and we gaze and we think, oh, what's the weather going to be like? And we look to the west or we look to the east, and maybe we're not even realizing that we're looking up, but we are looking up. You know, it reminds me of that phrase, things are looking up. Have you ever heard that phrase before? Or maybe you've said it, things are looking up. We're saying that things appear to be improving, or maybe they're becoming more hopeful. Conditions are looking better. Things are looking up. You know, somebody could say, you know, I just found out that I got the job I wanted. Things are really looking up. Yes, all right. Or somebody could say that goes to school, things are looking up at school. I'm doing better in all my classes. Now, does that mean the school is looking up or the classes are looking up? No, not literally looking up. It's just that it's more positive. Things are improving. Why do we say looking up when we say things are improving? Could it be? Could it be that we are giving glory and credit to God? Could be. You know, we all experience times of distress and despair, times where we look down, actually, because we may be sad. Things may not be going as we had wished, and so we get a little upset, a little frustrated, sad, despair. We all want things to look up, to get better. So from looking down to looking up, we want things to improve. We would rather live in times of hope than in times of despair. And I think that you all agree with me on that. But we do experience times of despair and sadness. You know, the Bible speaks to us in some different verses about looking up. And some of my favorite verses are from the Psalms that talk about looking up. And Psalm 121, maybe you've heard this one before. I look up to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord. He is the maker of heaven and earth. Many of us like to look at the mountains, and if we may be standing on the plain and we look up to see the mountains in the distance and they point us towards heaven. We look up to the mountains and it points us to where our help comes from God. And Psalm 3, verses 3 and 4 says, Lord, you are like a shield that keeps me safe. You bring me honor. You help me win the battle. I call out to the Lord and he answers me from his holy mountain. So we have this picture, this image of God being high on the top of the mountain or in the sky. So we look up. Psalm 39:7 says, Lord, what can I look forward to now? You are the only hope I have. Yeah, God is our hope. And so when we say we look up, what's in the image of looking to God, who is our hope? We want things to get better. Things are looking up. We have hope. See how those two go together? So when we say things are looking up, we are acknowledging God's presence in our lives. Whether we know it or not, we're saying that. Romans 5:5 says, and hope will never bring us shame. That's because God's love has been poured into our hearts. And this happened through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. Wow, I love that. I love that. God's hope, looking up, is a part of who we are because God is in us and with us. So do not lose hope. Do not give up looking up. That's right. Do not give up looking up, because things can always be looking up when we have the presence of God with us. So today, put on your sunglasses, go outside, look up, and imagine. Can you see God? Oh, I think we can. So today, let's have a day that's filled with God's things, filled with joy and filled with peace.